Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the SITREP or summary for the day 2. Day 2. I should change the date. Day 2 for the 16th of April of the Sudan Civil War. And so the on day 2 because on the day 1 what happens is that if you have seen, most of the action seems to be on the RSF side, the Rapid Support Forces side, the rebel side. And the armed forces are caught somewhat by surprise. They are on the back foot. And on day 2 you start to see that a lot of these orange, magenta, reddish icons start to appear because they start to react. And the junta forces start to take over all the different headquarters and bases of the RSF. So in Kassala, they have captured the bases over at Kassala, as well as in some other regions. So this Kassala, they have captured the region of Kassala. They secured it. They also secured the RSF HQ in the state of Gedaref, over here, Kadarif. So this state is next to Ethiopia, and they have secured it. It seems like given the lack of fighting in this region, it seems like the RSF does not actually have any presence or major presence around this area here, or maybe they have not acted. Airstrike is also being reported at Morowe air base. So this is the air base where the Egyptian forces were actually captured by the rebel forces, the RSF forces, and the Sudanese Air Force actually conducted airstrike and on this airbase region on the forces, the RSF forces that is actually currently stationed over here. There is rumors of the armed forces try to do an encirclement around here. They try to encircle this airbase, but it seems like it failed. Not too sure why it failed. There is not a lot of information about the attempt to encircle the airbase, so, or the airport. So there is also no known fighting being reported around this area here. So it's a bit of a confusion of the information, or unclear information. And over at Nyala, there is this information that the RSF has consolidated their control over Nyala. This is on the 17th. Wrong information. I actually need to drag this down to the 17th. Yeah. So ignore that information. Moving on to Port of Sudan. So at at Port Sudan, there is fighting. There is some kind of fighting being reported in the morning. So gunshots are being heard in the morning at Port Sudan. Somehow it doesn't really seems like there is actually major fighting being heard, being like reported in this area here. What happened instead was that the armed forces managed to capture the local base of the RSF, and they actually have secured control over the city of Port Sudan. So moving on, we go to the capital city. At the capital city, the armed forces of Sudan, or the junta forces, secured the city or the town of Karari. They also kind of secured most of the northern part of Khartoum, and in the North Khartoum, as well as the Shambat district. They also seem to secure most of the Omdurman region. There is junta present in this area, and fighting is being reported near the in the region of Omdurman, which is actually this is Omdurman. There's bridges over here, and then so the rebel forces is trying to push and build to capture more grounds, or to secure the city further. Previously, in yesterday's report, in the day 1 report, they have controlled the broadcasting station over here. So they are trying to build on that. However, the armed forces of Sudan, the junta forces, have finally reacted, and they are now, pushing on Omdurman, causing the fighting being reported around this area here. And fighting is also being reported in the Bari region, which is actually also known as the Khartoum North. So the fighting is also around here with similar things, where the rebel forces is trying to spread out from the main Khartoum region, and then the junta forces seems to manage to contact them or hold them back. However, in the fighting, there is a Hind helicopter getting shot down near the Koba Bridge. So this is the Koba Bridge, and one helicopter has been shot down. There is photos going around of it landing on the ground. I think the pilot didn't die because the helicopter seems to land in perfect shape. And there is also reportedly a Sukhoi jet. So according to the RSF official Twitter account, they reported that the RSF has shot down a Sukhoi plane. Reportedly has been so-called terrorizing the citizens since the morning. So take this with a pinch of salt. I'm not sure what means do they have to shoot down a Sukhoi fighter jet, because they are not the Ukrainian forces. They do not have surface-to-air missiles. As far as I can tell, they use machine guns to shoot at aircrafts. And interestingly, the RSF also announced on their official Twitter that they have arrested Mujahideen forces. So members of the Mujahideen Brigade has been arrested in Khartoum. And then fighting is also reported at Khartoum. According to Rybar, the pro-Russian source, or the OSIN from Russia, reported that there are witnesses hearing the sound of heavy artillery firing at buildings in Khartoum, Omdurman, and Bari, which is what we have reported earlier. Then information coming from the RSF reported that they have captured the Sudan Military Service HQ in Khartoum itself, which is actually here. So, however, this information, as you can see, the Military Service HQ over here, and however, this information is contradicted. Rybar reported that the Sudanese armed forces have recaptured the building, and this actually confuses the hell out of what is happening over in Khartoum, because where is the front line? Currently, nobody seems to know, because if they have forces around here, so this is probably how it looks like at this moment. Probably around like this. This is probably how it looks like with the rebel forces controlling this area here of the city. There are claims that the RSF have controlled 90% of Khartoum, but this is actually contradicted by the Sudanese armed forces statements, as well as by Rybar. Rybar also say that it's unlikely due to the number of reports of fighting all around the city. So tentatively, the situation is in flux, and this is the day 2 SITREP. Oh yeah, before we go on, we end the video. The Chad forces has been deployed along the border. So Chad, the Giga Chads has deployed their forces along with the border of Sudan, because they need to ensure the security of the border region and to prevent spillover of hostility into the territory of Chad. So that means there is some additional secure of the border by the Chad forces. Probably is around this area here, because this is where most of the crossings are. So situation is very very tense at this moment, and also there is also information on this day that the Egyptians has also closed their border. There is only a few border crossings. One of them I know is here, over here. This one of the border crossings. There's another one over by the shore, over here. The rest I'm not too sure. I haven't really gone and dig of it. As you can see, it's very laggy. Yeah, so you can see there is a Egypt-Sudan border station over there. So Egypt have also closed their border to Sudan. So Sudan is currently, facing a lot of problems now. Anyway, that's all for the summary on SITREP for the day 2 of the Sudan Civil War. And do check out the day 3's report, and I'll see you in the next update.